Have you ever shot a gun?
Yeah. A couple times.
First question. You ready?
I'm ready.
I see your face. You got that I'm ready face. Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes. Of course.
No.
Yes. It's Florida. Like, I feel like to not shoot a gun is like you truly don't have an understanding. You feel me?
I don't really like guns. I think I did one time and it like reconfirmed. I don't really like guns, so I think I did. It wasn't at anybody. It was at a place, but I can't remember where and when. It was like a gun range or something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
You're not sure if it was a gun range or not? So you just shot a gun?
Like cans and
shit.
Yeah, no, I really don't like guns, honestly. I know I've shot one before. I don't like it, though.
Okay.
It's your business.
Do you believe everyone should have the right to bear arms?
Yeah. Yeah. They just passed that law too. But in Florida, DeSantis is doing his thing, ain't he?
So he doing something.
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, you come in some situations where you're gonna need it.
Not everybody. I feel like there should be some like much stricter like mental guidelines. I feel like there should be some type of like mental tests, especially with like people who work with firearms, like police officers and things like that. I feel like we need to have some different way to test people to make sure they're okay to have a gun.
Like, I don't mind if everyone have guns, have a gun, it's your right. But I do feel like there's an extreme where, like, if someone would say, like, oh, do you need your gun? It's like, I don't really need it. But, like, I do sometimes, at certain points, I do feel safe when I have it. But to answer your question, yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't like guns. I believe guns are the issue now today. My father actually was killed by a gun. And so to me, I feel like if the person didn't have that gun, he'd still be alive. So for me, I hate guns.
Can you tell me the difference between an assault rifle and a handgun?
No.
They're all the same to you.
Yeah.
AR-15 is gonna be a lot longer. Standard is gonna be about 16-inch barrel, right? A handgun is something you carry with you. You carry your AR-15, you probably going to jail. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, I know an assault rifle sounds huge. Handgun sounds like it's just in your hand. So
Is that what makes it an assault rifle? Like the size?
honestly, I don't know because I haven't done research on guns or anything like that. I don't even like to know I don't know about handheld. I just act like I don't like guns.
Assault rifle got an extended barrel, a handgun, self-explanatory. If you got big hands like me, your handgun's small.
I sure know.
That nigga sound like Paul Bunyan.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I can tell the difference. I mean, like, from my perspective, you know, playing video games, you know, from a handgun, assault rifle, and I feel like majority of people don't shoot assault rifles, so just generally, yeah, you definitely tell the difference.
can you tell me the difference between an assault rifle and a handgun?
I feel like assault rifles are completely unnecessary for most people. Handguns, like it's cool, like, you know, protection, all that, but assault rifles, a lot of those, it just seems like it's made to kill mass amount of people in like a small time. So I feel like that's just unnecessary for the average person to have.
What's your perspective on omitting concealed carry permits?
What's omitting mean?
I knew that was gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know
what-
we're not
Getting
educated.
rid
Getting rid of.
I think it's dumb. Cause
it's not helping anything. It's kind of making it more accessible.
I mean, to me, I feel like my stance on it, because I've had that question a lot, bro. I mean, the bad guys already got guns, right? So the people that's gonna do what they're gonna do regardless, gonna rob, do all that type of stuff, they already, no one's gonna wait on, like, New York don't even have, there's a no gun state. You think niggas ain't shooting in New York? You see what I'm saying? So I think laws low key might make it worse, because now they fiending for it more. Once it's already open, then it's kind of like, man, there's no really rush for it no more. You know what I'm saying? We can get it whenever we want. So I think it just, either it's gonna be stolen or it's gonna be legit. That's the only difference, I think.
Show up.
It's bittersweet. I feel like it allows people to feel more comfortable to, you know, have their own weapon and like protect themselves, but at the same time, it's basically just saying like it's a free for all. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can have a gun, everybody do their own thing, everybody could walk around with it. That's a scary thought.
Make it so it's controlled. Like, stop trying to make it so that people, you know, don't have to get background checks and, you know, they can, other things are easier versus, you know, getting a gun is just so simple.
Like initially you think like, damn, like everyone could be strapped. You feel me? Like everyone could be strapped. You never know. Now obviously I could also play into safety where like now knowing that everyone could be strapped, maybe I might be a little bit more careful when I pull my shit out. I'm thinking in my mind like, damn, I could just walk anywhere, just have it on me. So maybe it does create a little bit more safety, but still it's just the initial thought that still like makes you a little wary as well, just cause like anything could pop off, cause people be crazy. If I had to decide if I was for it or not, I'll definitely say I'm against it.
Do you believe there will be more or less shootings if more people own guns?
Oh, there's gonna be more shootings, regardless.
More.
Okay.
Because if you give more people access, then wouldn't there be more?
I don't know. There's this idea that if everyone has a gun, then people will be more hesitant to act out.
There will be more. Accessibility. It's easy. You have a bad day, you just feel like doing something wild, it's there. Like, you just, and if you ain't there that day and you just do something wild and you don't care, and it's so, I feel like it's so easy to understand, like so self-explanatory, but like people just don't get it.
More. Like even if we run those tests and we choose the people that we think are mentally fit, things can shift. It can always be something like this person gets registered for a gun and they're doing well and everything, like everything's solid in their life. You know, a month, 2 months pass, everything could fall apart. And now this person's just in like bad shape. They're, you know, mentally not doing well, so everything can change. So just saying somebody can have a gun today doesn't mean that they should have one tomorrow. So that's gonna be a tough thing to try and figure out.
I mean, probably the stats will show that there'll probably be more. I think the problem is when people actually get guns, now they feel bold and strong enough to go to places that they normally wouldn't really hang out in. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's just about being smart. But I'd probably say it'll probably be a little bit more. Not as much as I think people think, oh, it's already crazy. But
You think about it though, if everybody had a gun, then would you hesitate to actually go into a room knowing that you might get shot back at?
that's the thing, that's what I'm saying. So I think a lot of these people are scary. First of all, a lot of people are scared of guns.
I also think that's why they go to places where they don't feel like they'll get tested.
Right, and that's why they scoping on them. Yeah, and they go into little classrooms at schools because they know no one's really strapped. They not finna go into the police department and start.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Heard that one.
Real talk though. Yeah, they every other organization, but not the niggas that actually got guns too that can fight back. So yeah. They going to churches, right? So nah, they not really like that.
I think it'll be neither. Just cause knowing people are strapped is not gonna save. Like people will still do things they want to do. You feel me? So like someone's gonna shoot up a school, kids ain't gonna have guns. Like, you know, the kids not gonna have guns. And like I think you're trusting people who are not equipped or not familiar with having guns.
what would you propose to reduce mass shooting?
I heard our boy Charlemagne. I always bring him up. But I heard him talking about our boy Charlemagne. It was on his podcast, Brilliant Idiots, and he said something about, or Andrew Schultz, one of them, they said something about, God damn, I have a brain fart. Hold on, I think it's because of this. Let me just take another sip. It might help. Parents should be responsible if there's a kid who does some wild shit with a gun. And that will make you be more careful with having a gun in your house. Because I know for sure I ain't trying to get locked up for none of my kids. I ain't got no kids. But I'm saying, if I did, and I had that in my house, for sure they ain't getting no access to that.
Man, I don't think there's anything to reduce it, to be honest. I mean, like, guns already out there, so it's like, obviously, the ideal world is like, can we just all take guns away? But it's like, obviously, there's an issue with that. So obviously, I think there should be maybe we should check the laws on it. But once again, I don't think there's nothing necessarily that we can do. I think we're too far gone. I think you just have to push more to safety, be more cautious. But ultimately, I don't think there's really anything you can really do as far as like
education.
Yeah, just teaching more and just allowing more access.
I would keep the permits. I don't think that nobody should be able to own a gun. Some people feel safer with a gun, and that's your right to bear arms. But I also feel like checking the mental state before handing out guns to people would probably be more beneficial, because giving people access to guns and saying, oh yeah, more people having guns is going to make people more cautious of going in and killing a massive amount of people. You can't predict every situation. So trying to predict, oh yeah, more guns means less gun violence makes no sense.
Oh man, I don't know. People gonna do what they gonna do. I don't really think there's nothing that could, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I can't even answer that, bro. I couldn't. I mean, just, you could take the guns away, but then like I said, we talk about New York, they ain't got guns. You got UK is a no gun, country, and still getting shanked, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I feel like people that want guns gonna get it. It's just too much. And there's already too much out there already right now. We got years and years of guns. So even if they stop selling guns all across the world right now, there's so many guns out there. So
it's tough because you make the gun laws stricter, and now only the criminals have the guns that nobody else can have. So again, it's a bittersweet thing. It's like catch-22. Like, no matter what you do, something's gonna be fucked up. You really have to try and figure out some kind of way that you can try and heal society. I feel like it's more about trying to find like root causes and things like that, as opposed to just saying like, what to do with guns and like what type of guns or whatever to have. Because as long as guns are around, people are gonna do what they want with them. So now it's like, how do we fix society? How do we heal society? How do we move like people's mindsets into just like a much more positive, place? I feel like that's the only thing that's really gonna change anything. Guns are gonna be guns, bullets are gonna be bullets. But it's like, as far as like your mindset, like where are you? Like, how do you feel? And that's gonna determine like what you do with that gun.
So no.
Go ahead. See, I knew you was gonna do some whole shit like that. That's what I said.
Well, we gotta introduce ourselves anyway.
Yeah, we do. Hey, it's your cousin Odetta, you feel me, on your mama's side, twice removed, all that shit. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, for real. This is our latest series. We still figuring this shit out, as y'all can see, but we having a good time doing it. We appreciate y'all tuning in and just fucking with us, for real, for real.
That's it. Yeah, you said
somebody else could have said something else.
Well, we was gonna introduce ourselves at
and
first,
you
and then get
I
it.
took the whole thing.
Yeah, you did. You literally said,
your name and slid clean in.
All right.
But it's cool though. It's
Hey,
cool
these
though.
are homies.
We straight though.
No, what's
you know
your
what I'm
name,
saying?
cuz?
It's your boy Ramsey.
It's
You
your
know who
boy
it is.
Scarface Space.
Yes, sir.
And
So
this is VDD Studios. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, and thank y'all for watching.
yeah, man. Bless y'all for sure.
Appreciate it.